Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bunnysays. Welcome to another edition of Minecraft. Sadly, the 1.12 version, 1.12.2, not the 1.13. That's too bad. We couldn't switch to that. I just did about a 1 hour sort of preview. I was looking at the different worlds and stuff. I went into the game and just started checking out the where you could pick, like, where it said plains and savanna and caves and stuff. I started picking them, and it makes the entire world that type of biome, like nothing else. When you say create new world and you press plains, I originally thought it was that's where you would start out. Like if you pick plains, you would start out in the plains, on the plains or something. But no, it makes the entire world that. So, not that you can't you can't just press create new world and just start it in a regular old plain new world. Just a random world. But I thought when I had the list, I thought it was saying, you could pick where you wanted to start. But no, that's not it. The one really interesting thing was that you could pick cavern, and you have a giant cavern world where the sky is just rock ceiling. You're underground permanently. And I was like, what that? It was like really fascinating looking, but like really cool looking, but there were no damn trees or anything, so you couldn't do anything. I was like, what the hell's going on? They couldn't even have an axe to start, like, you couldn't make anything because you can't make anything out of a handle, you know what I mean? You can't make handles for anything because you have no wood. And I couldn't live long enough to run around to see if there was any kind of wood. I was thinking they should have made some kind of underground, like kind of bush tree or something that you could chop up for wood, But no, there was nothing like that. I'm going to put that up. It was about an hour. I ran around for about an hour checking stuff out. But I'm going to put that up as an episode, but it'll be like separate from these. I'm going to put it up as like a special episode or something. Just so you could look at it. But in the meantime, we're back to that where I'm going straight into this. I'm not messing around. I am going to wait until I might start a game in that, in a random world there. I started one. I just barely started one in that file, in that special. I wanted to check to make sure if you press create new world that there was a totally random world, that there were different biomes and stuff. I got the feeling that it was just, I was scared there was just like one biome, like that you would press create new world, it was just one type of biome. But that's not the case. So I started running around, playing around with a little bit in the place where I was at. But, so I saved it, and I was like, maybe I go back to it once, if I get once I get a map going. There's no way I'm playing without a map. And maybe maybe the resource pack if they make the fanver resource pack for the 1.13 version. That'd be really cool. But I will put that file up so you can take a look at it. I mean, it's really interesting in different ways. And yes, it is still sort of disappointing to me. But in the meantime, I'm still waiting for this nether brick to go. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to start You know what? I'm gonna get rid of these trees and start settling up sand here, so I get dirt here, so I can make a land. So I mean, set up a base there. Set up my house. So, okay, where's that axe I had? Am I holding the axe? No. Okay, no, here it is. That's a shame. I really wanted to do. Really wanted to like create my own world there, and you know. Well, I was just hoping I could just convert this world straight into a. You know, go right into 113. You know, I thought the only difference was the water. So, like there were, you know, different water stuff. I thought maybe the water would change, but. Because I heard they had to do water physics and stuff like that. The water. Wait, I want to see something. Yeah, you could angle downwards and go in the water down faster. In that game, you can't make yourself go down faster. You go at one speed and that's it. But, well, maybe it's because of the boots I have, but when I was jumping in the water, you literally can't swim down faster. So you have to just float as fast as it goes at one speed. So if you actually want to get to the bottom of the ocean faster, you can't. Maybe they have something for that. Maybe they have an enchantment that's like lead boots or something like that, or some kind of thing, you know. Some kind of thing that, you know, swimming boots or something allows you to swim better in the water. I don't know. I'm assuming. But I am sort of disappointed they don't have those options. It feels like, you know, it's a shame, like you only get, you know, wait a minute, did I want to get rid of that? Okay, yeah, I do. Okay. Yeah, because it feels like it took away, you know, it took away an option and gave you a crappier option. The option to build a world made out of one biome. Who cares about that? I mean, it might be interesting every once in a while to do something with it, but you know, an entire world made out of like a desert biome or something, or water biome, then what? Four, okay. I'd rather have the option to be able to just, you know, tweak the settings. You know, I don't know why they didn't keep them both. I just don't know why they didn't keep them both. You know, allow you to start in a biome that's all one biome, and allow you to still be able to tweak. You know, if you're not doing that, then why can't you tweak the regular creative like you could always do, like I did? Okay, let me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up this entire place with dirt. Like literally out to here. Out one more. Like that. we go. So we're back to this. Oh, by the way, I would like you to introduce a. Now I know I said I would never do it, or not that I said I would never do it, but that wouldn't happen. But I'd like you to sit back a moment and take a listen, and I'd like to introduce a sponsor for my channel. He's the world's leading purveyor in audiobooks. Maybe not the world's, but a great purveyor in audiobooks. Possibly you've heard of it. It's called Audible Bee. Why not sit back? I'm sure the type of audience that I get, I believe, listens to audiobooks. And I'm sure the type of people that are watching this agree with me that there's something good and they enjoy listening to things. So I'd like you to consider thinking about joining Audible Bee. Let me tell you about it. What it is a program. It's doesn't require too much. It's not a hassle. You can find a great deal of Audible books, electronic books, Audible books, many other books of that nature, and hard to find and hard to select books that you may not find in your usual places. It's also extremely cheap. Let me tell you more. For example, here's a book that I recently listened to. I got myself. It's a thriller, really, a psychological thriller. It's a psychological thriller about a young boy. Unfortunately, he's being abused by his foster parents. They're doing really, they're treating him in a very cruel way. Locking him up in his home, locking him up in the basement. Just being really nasty to him. And at one point they lock him in his room and put bars in his window. And then they lock his doorway. And I was thinking, yeah, at the very least, if anybody had found out about something like that, that's there's a reason that's you'd be arrested for that immediately. If anybody ever found out, that's because what if there's for example, a fire? The person would burn alive. They would be stuck in that room and they couldn't get out. They'd be locked in, especially for a child, for a young child. He's not that young. It's a lad of about 12, 10 or 12. About 12 years old. So, what happens is he's a boy, a young boy. He turns and begins to develop this elaborate fantasy. Because of the abuse he suffers, the family won't feed him sometimes. The father sometimes will allow his older brother to beat him and bully him. And the mother will do the same. She has no love for the boy either. So it's really inhumane. It's really it's really bad. And the boy begins to develop this elaborate fantasy where he begins to believe he's sort of like a superhero. Like he begins to think he has special powers, like that he's the savior. That he's going to be the savior of the world, of this world. And he begins to believe that he's been especially chosen to fight as a hero for this world, for this fantasy world that he's creating. And that, that he's been specially designated. There's a special mark. He believes he's from birth. Now, he has, obviously, there's absolutely no reason why other than, he can't, you can feel for the kid. He has no reason other than since he's so powerless to do anything. He has no special powers, nothing like that. So, he has to think of something like where he's just the simple fact that he's been born gives him this special power, that he has a special mark, and that he's obviously it's because he's helpless, and in real life he has no special power, So he believes he's told that there's a special mark upon him that designates him as a special hero, and that he's fated to fight this great war against good and evil. And, that they need him, they desperately need him to help fight. So, the mark is this, it's this slash across his forehead. It's looks like a little Z, And he's told by some guy on that particular birthday, after he's been just really nastily abused all this time, you assume that he just can't take it anymore. He's just psychologically broken. He can't take it. And he believes that suddenly some guy appears at his doorway and magically tells him that he's a member of this special wizarding group, and then he needs to come and join this group and take his place among others like himself. Now, and suddenly, he goes to the place, and of course the guy that comes there frightens the parents and frightens his foster parents and, threatens them so that they can't, they're getting what they deserve, what he thinks they deserve, or they do. They're vicious, cruel parents, and really, and, and he likes the thought that, there's somebody stronger than him, that there's this magical figure that could come along and tell them what to do and tell them off, basically. And, and that they can't do anything about it. They can't stop it, So they take him to a place called Higglesworth, this wizarding school, where he meets all these younger children his age. And it's a cruel fantasy. It's terrible. He suddenly, because he's never had any friends except for, well, it's not even a friend, his foster brother, who was always beating on him, of course. So Suddenly he meets this girl and this other boy, and they become fast friends like he never had before, you know. And it's a shame. You can see his mind unraveling, and of course he's just filling it up with all the things he never had before, you know. At the school, the headmaster takes a special interest in him and thinks he's fantastic, and suddenly he has these special powers, you know. He has this, he could speak to animals the way that nobody else could, that it's a special gift that nobody else has, and of course there's the figure that representing the foster bully brother, who's always picking on him. In this case, the boy is much like the bully foster brother, but of course this kid is a little more mean, and well, not more mean, but certainly he's equal, or his mental equal, sort of, but not, of course, not fully, you know. But he's a challenge that he needs to overcome. And that's just his psyche, you know. Since he has special powers, he can't just be fantastic in all ways. He has to have some kind of nemesis who challenges him in a sort of realistic way. Otherwise, his psyche would be broken. Of course, if it was just too easy, and you know, and things didn't seem realistic in some way. So of course his nemesis is this boy with white hair. Of course has to be somewhat competent, and but of course not too competent. Obviously just totally cruel and mean, much like his foster brother. So I don't want to spoil it for you. It continues on, but I don't want to spoil the book for you, but I wanted to tell you that this book can be heard from Audible B. I would recommend it at any time. It's a 7-book series. The first book is called Harry Peters in the Psychiatrist's Stone. You can pick it up at any time. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's very well read, and I think you'd enjoy it. It's a small formality to join Audible B, and I would like to say, please consider Audible B a great purveyor of Audible books and ebooks. Audible B. It may or may not be the pet name I have for the local library. Try it. I think you'll find it very good. Now, I hope you don't mind me saying that as a sponsor. I hope you don't mind me doing that. I know I said I wouldn't have sponsors, but well, I didn't say I wouldn't have sponsors. I said I probably would never get any, and well, I was wrong. I got that sponsor, and I hope you enjoy it very much. Oh, the book is by a woman by the name of J.K. Bowling. You can, of course, check her out anytime. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Now back to the game itself. Let's see here. Gonna make some more of these nether bricks. we go. But the ground looks good there. Take a look at that. I think that looks good. Now that, yep, that looks great. Okay. Got a wall here. I'm going to make the house go straight up there. And you know what I was thinking? Yeah, I think I said this before. I'll put a cellar going down, digging straight down, all the way down. And then, like down here, I'll have it go all the way down to like here. And I'll put like windows here. So you could like look right out into the ocean, you know? And maybe like a little pen where you could, boats can't go underwater. I was thinking if I could have a little submarine pen there. But okay, there we go. There's our flat area. Now, I'm going to make, yeah, you know, I'm going to make a flat area along here too. That'll be the flat area for the fields. Yeah, you know what? I'll need dirt. Okay, let me just, I have plenty of dirt. What am I kidding? Okay, right there. There we go. Yeah, I'll make the... Do I want to make the fields behind the house? Or... No, I want to make it far away from the town as possible. Okay. You know what? I'll start here. Yeah, I'll start here. And I'll go far as possible. Okay, yeah, for right now I'll go up to here. And let's see here. I won't necessarily fill in the entire underneath area. I'll fill in 2 levels deep, but no further. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. Yep, okay, there we go. Here we go. I don't like having it 1 level deep because in case something explodes, you know, one of those things, the creeper or something explodes there. I don't want it. I want everything falling to the bottom of the ocean, you know. What I will do is later, if I get the chance, off camera probably, you know. What I will do is if I want to, I'll put a 3rd layer made out of stone. Is that too? Oh, okay, no. Alright, I messed up there. Whatever. But, okay, here we go. There we go. There's nice. I'm sorry, there's just, you know, there's the usual bookkeeping stuff. I mean, well, not bookkeeping, but you know what I mean. The groundwork you have to put in. It's just the way it is. And I thought you might just enjoy listening to me while I do it. By the way, I'm looking to get more sponsors. I do hope you'll enjoy that one. We'll try to line up more. But who knows, you know. I do have a small channel, so I can't, you know, I don't know who I'm going to get, or what I'm going to get, or when, so just stay tuned. We'll see what happens. I hope you don't think I'm selling out. Let's see here. But you know, a man's got to pay the bills. What the hell is going on here? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, that'll be 2. Yeah, okay. There we go. Luckily, I could breathe in the water pretty well. Wow, that's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Okay, that's alright. Oh, what am I doing here? Okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, I did pick up Far Cry 4. Thanks to, what's his name, for recommending it. Or just mentioning it. I was like, I was looking at it and thinking, well, I finished Far Cry 3, just to give you an update on that. And I thought, okay, you know, I was like, I was going to stop playing the game again. I actually thought I'd restart it. And, yeah, I was like, okay, and I was like, maybe I was like, that might be a good idea. Doing a bow only run, maybe a bow and a handgun, like pistol run or something, trying to do the, you know, not always every single second, but try to keep to like maybe a pistol and a bow and play the game like that and have some fun like that. And I thought that would be sort of pretty fun. But then I was like, you know what? I was like, well, maybe. I was like, oh, you know what? I'll check out. I heard about Far Cry 4, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, it's Far Cry 4. And I heard it was like, just pretty much like Far Cry 3, you know, like pretty much the same thing. And I thought, well, I had a good time with Far Cry 3, and instead of just playing Far Cry 3 again, so why not just... I mean, I know what I sounded like and I was talking about and stuff, but I had a great time with Far Cry 3. So I was thinking, why not just pick up Far Cry 4? I was like, Far Cry 5 is out, it should be pretty cheap by now. So I looked it up, and yes, it was on sale. It's on sale for $10. So I was like, okay, that's, you know, I was like, I'd pay $10 for Far Cry 3. So I was like, if Far Cry 4 is pretty much the same thing. I was like, well, you know, I was like, well, whatever, I'll play, you know. I was like, whatever, I'll pay $10 for that. And so I had, you know, I was like, I had a good enough time with Far Cry 3 that I was like, if Far Cry 4 was just pretty much more the same, I'll be honest, I was thinking I'll have a lot of fun with it, so. So maybe I'll do I don't know if I'll do I don't think I'll do the whole game, but I might do some, I might do a bit of a let's play with it, maybe not the whole entire game, but, you know, just so you can see what it's sort of like. I thought that might be fun. I was like, man, well, maybe it's Far Cry 3. I could have a great time just having fun laughing at it and stuff and just having a blast with it. So I thought instead of, because I was thinking about Far Cry 3, I was like, you know what, maybe I should do a playthrough of that. Even though I actually played the game, just play through it again and just be having a blast with it and laughing at it and stuff and everything and just showing, I mean, since I already know it now, I could show off stuff but whatever. I thought, well, the thing is, I still don't know. I mean, how much fun is it to just watch me walk around shooting stuff? I don't know. But maybe that's why I was thinking, maybe I'll just put in a few, just do a few episodes or something. Maybe like the first third of the game or something like that, just so you can see what it's like. Like, yeah, maybe something funny will pop up. I don't know. Who knows? But not that I'm not. I mean, not that I'm trying to do it because it's funny, but I mean, if it is funny, it's funny. But otherwise, I just want to play it just to play it because I had a good time with it. So I still think the shooting mechanics and stuff like that are just really superior. I mean, it really is a blast just running around blowing people away with it. Oh, so there was one thing I was thinking was, there's this one mission in there where, in Far Cry 3, where you're trying to get a hold of your friend, one of your friends. Remember, they're kidnapped, right? And you have to go to this guy, and this guy says he has your friend kidnapped. He's holding him hostage, right? And he keeps on talking about how he wants this knife, this artifact, this ancient knife, this Chinese knife from like the Yuan dynasty or something, like, something ridiculously for, something that be worth millions, right? And so I'm like, all right, whatever. He wants his knife, He's gonna force me to get it to, okay, that's a mission, all right? I was like, all right, that's fine, whatever, that's cool. And I was thinking, okay, of course, and I immediately knew, I was like, all right, it's not going to be one mission. It's going to be like 2 or 3, right? I'm going to have to get the knife. He's going to tell me to do something like meet him at some place and exchange it and, exchange a knife with him. And then he's not going to give me my friend or something. He's going to double cross me, and I'm going to have to chase him down or chase my friend, or like chase him down to get my friend back. I figured, okay, one mission is getting the knife, second mission is meeting him, and then he betrays me, and then the third mission is chasing him down and killing him and getting my friend, right? Something like that, right? And I thought, okay, whatever, that's fine, right? And I was like, all right, that's good enough, that's fine. So the thing is, you go to get the knife, and you get the knife, and it's a piece of a compass, right? And it's like, it's some stupid piece of a compass. And what kills me is, all right, it's a piece of a compass, except you have to get 4 more pieces of the compass to lead you to the knife. Like, the compass, and there's like 3 more pieces. It's like, it's a 5-mission quest, right? To get the knife, you have to go through 5 missions. Right? You have to get the knife. You have to get the piece of compass. You have to get the compass thing, the 4 pieces to go with it, or the 3 pieces to go with it. Then you have to get that leads you to the knife. Then you have to take the knife and then bring it to him. And this is what killed me, was I was like, he keeps on appearing. You get the compass, right? He tells you the first place to go to, and it's some place in some underground bunker or something, or whatever it was. And you get it, and then when you get the compass, he's upstairs waiting, and he's waiting for you, and you're like, what the hell is this? It's just a compass thing. It's just, I don't know what this is. He's like, well, it points to the other parts of the knife and stuff, right? Or he didn't even say it. He was just like, well, go figure it out, boyo. Like that type of thing. And so you're supposed to like use the first part of the thing to figure out what the next piece is, and the next piece is, and the next piece is. And the thing is, every time you go to the place to get to the next piece, the guy's sitting there waiting for you. Like you go to some mine in the middle of nowhere, the guy's standing there waiting for you. Like before you get it, before you go in. Right? And I'm like, how the hell did the guy get there? Like, what is he doing there? If he knew where it was, why didn't he just tell me to go there and so I could go in it? go in and get it. Right? And then, you know, and the kid's like, and the kid said, at one point the kid says it, he's like, what do you have, a wire on me or something? Do you have a wiretap on me? And he's like, and the guy's just like arguing with him and stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, how is he getting there before you? And it's like, and it doesn't matter if he had a wiretap. He, like, you're going to a totally random place. Like, you get the piece, and then the next piece tells you where to go to get the next piece. Right? So, there's no way in hell the guy could be telling you. I mean, there's no way the guy could be there before you. If he had a wiretap on you, he would arrive, like, he could be following you and arrive right after you. You know, but he would never arrive, he wouldn't be there, sitting there, waiting for you to arrive there. Unless he already knew the place. You know, unless he already knew the place to go to. So, I was like, if he already knows the place to go to, then why doesn't he just tell me? So that, I mean, he wants this thing, if he wants me to get it, you know, like, it'd be much faster and much easier for me to get it for him if he just told me. Right? And then, and the thing is, like, and of course he's supposed to be crazy wacky guy. He's crazy wacky. He's crazy wacky man. And of course, every time you go to him, you go to him and he sits there and starts, you're like, oh yeah, what if I just shoot you or something? And he's like, oh yeah, well, you don't want to see your friend again, huh? You don't want to see your friend? Or you start going, look, I'm getting sick of this. Why do I have to keep doing this crap? And he's like, oh, you don't want to see your friend again? Oh, hold on. Let me just call up Hector. Hector, shoot him in the kneecaps, your friend. Why don't you shoot him in the kneecaps? Our friend isn't being cooperative. And you're like, okay, all right, take it easy. Let it go. All right. I was just saying, I was just talking. He's like, oh, you're just talking, huh? You're just talking. Oh, you're just talking. And he starts getting all pissed off and acting like crazy, right? So you're like, and he does that every time you appear at the place, you know, and you keep going like, if you're here and you knew about the place, why didn't you just tell me? And every time you keep saying that to him, he starts flipping out. Or if you start getting pissed off about having to go to 5 different places. And he keeps on appearing every single time he appears there in front of you, right? So, and then and this is what kills me, is except when you get the knife. That when you finally go through the 5th quest to get the knife, right? The guy calls you up on the phone and is like, okay, bring the knife to so-and-so place. I was like, what? You're telling me all those times he was always there and it kept on appearing there? And now when I actually come out of the place with a knife, and he knew I had the knife, by the way. He just absolutely knew it. So he knew the knife was there. And he knew I was going to get a hold of it. So, when I get the knife, you tell me he isn't like standing there at the top of the tunnel, like it was the mine. I mean, he's not at the top of the mine, just sitting there going, okay, give me the knife. You know, and if he knew I had the knife, why didn't he just have my friend right there? You know, and go, give me the knife and I'll give you your friend. Or something like that. Or, you know, he could have had a gun with him, and had a gun on my friend, so, you know, I couldn't have double-crossed him or anything, or he could have had his friend, quote, Hector, which I don't think he even had a friend named Hector. I think he was just lying. He kept on talking into a phone going, okay, Hector, just shoot him in the kneecaps, or whatever, you know, beat him up a little bit. So I'm like, you're kidding me. After all the time you're screaming about, he was screaming about how precious his knife was and all this crap, and how I'm an imbecile and I'm stupid because I don't know how fantastic the knife is and how valuable this knife is. Right? So, and he doesn't even, he's not there waiting to get a knife. And I was like, what? The one time, he's been here every time just to bust my balls every time. But when I actually get the knife, he isn't here. He calls me up the phone. I was like, why didn't you just call me up on the phone all those other times? And she just go, oh, okay, you get the next piece of the compass? Okay, just go get the next piece then. You know, like that. He could have just said that. He didn't have to be there. He could have just kept calling me up on the phone and going, you get it? You get it yet? Okay, good. Go to the next place. So, and this is what gets me. I'm like, okay, whatever. Right? And that's what was killing me. I was like, 5 quests, 5 stupid whatchamacallit quests, like MacGuffin quests, to get this stupid knife? Really? 5? That's like way too many. 3 would have been like, okay. 4 is pushing it. 5 is stupid. 5 is like, you just don't know what the hell to do anymore. You lost track, you know. You just totally lost it. You know. You're just making up garbage just to fill in time. Right? I was like, that's just lame ass. That's like unbelievably stupid. I was like, God damn, there's writing in this game. And I was like, alright, whatever. Okay. I got some extra quests. I got to shoot some more guys. Okay, that's good enough. Right, so he tells you to meet him at this bar, like, place, right? Where he is. Now, remember, I have an arsenal, like a massive arsenal of weaponry on me. Right? Sniper rifle, AK-47, submachine gun, and a bow, and a pistol, and like everything, right? So, and he didn't say, show up without, you know, don't bring any weapons with you or anything like that. Right? So I go to the bar, and first of all, I was like, why? And he shows up. He has the knife with him. Right? My guy has the knife with him, and he just shows up at the bar. I'm like, why didn't you there are people in the town that are helping you. Why didn't you just tell one of the people in the town to hold on to the knife for you for a minute, so you can, you know, go talk to this guy, negotiate with him. Right? And, you know, like, just, here, just hold on to this knife way outside for me. You know, wait till I give you the password. Come in to bring the knife inside. While I check to make sure my friend is okay. Alright, so he goes into the bar with the knife. He's holding the knife. He's got the knife on him. I'm like, are you freaking serious? He doesn't even take the most basic precautions. Right? He walks into the place. Goes in there. He's like, okay, here's your knife. He gives it to him. Where's my friend? I was like, are you serious? You're that stupid. I was like, who is that stupid? At the very least, you should have said, like, I have the knife. Let's see my friend. I want to see you. I want to make sure he's alive. I want to make sure he's not dead. You didn't already kill him or torture him to death. Because the guy kept on saying he was torturing him. And the longer it was taking to get the knife, you know, like, the more he's getting tortured and stuff and everything. I was like, I want to see him, make sure he's okay. And then I give you the knife. You know, and if he had his, you know, he didn't say don't bring a gun, so you could have easily been like, you could have had the knife with you and been like, you know, okay, you know, if you want your knife, you know, I could shoot the knife and ruin it. You know, scratch it up, destroy it, ruin it, and whatever, if you don't give it to my friend. Yeah, he could have, at the very least, did something like that, you know. If you don't show me my friend. You know, and the whole time, the guy, you know, the guy could have had the gun on your friend and been like, you know, you wouldn't have been able to double cross him or anything, so, because he could shoot your friend, so he could have shown you your friend and been like, don't make any funny moves or I'll blow him away. So guess what he does? He gives him the knife, right? The kid gives him the knife. and says, "Okay, now where's my friend?" And what's the guy say? He's in the basement. And I was like, what? Are you serious? I don't mean like he's in the basement like the whole time he was in the basement. I mean like, you expect me to walk down the basement and go looking for him? And there's not going to be an ambush or something? I was like, if he's in the basement, then why don't you tell him to come upstairs and show him to me before you get the knife? I was like, why didn't he say that? I was like, what are you... I was like, oh my God, this kid is going to be the most idiotic... He's going to be the stupidest moron I've ever seen in my life. Right? So, the idiot goes down to the basement. Right? He goes out to the basement... And, okay, his friend is there. Okay, fine, his friend is there, right? And so, but he's down in the basement, right? And at any time, the guy could have just locked them both up in the basement or did something like that, right? He doesn't. But, what does he do? He walks down there, and he's like, okay, yeah, your friend could go. And you're like, okay, we're getting out of here. You go. Okay, we're getting out of here. He goes, oh, no, sorry. I said your friend can go when I meant it. I was telling the truth. But you're not going anywhere. Presumably because he's going to cash in on, like, the bounty that Voss, the bad guy, I guess, has out for you or something. Right? So, I'm assuming that. I mean, otherwise I have no idea why he would want you. Right? So I was like... Yeah, okay, yeah, obviously, I figured that. Where are the 15 billion guns I had? Why couldn't I just pull one out and go, no, we're walking out of here? Right? So, I was like, you're kidding me, right? This is the stupidest thing, it's gonna be the most stupid setup I've ever seen. So, and what's the guy do? The bad guy goes, you're not going anywhere. He pulls out the knife. The knife you just gave him. The umpteenth billion valuable knife that you just gave him. The one worth billions of dollars or whatever it is. And he attacks you with it. He fights you with the knife, the incredibly valuable knife. That he could destroy and ruin and break and everything. And I was like, how much could you be worth compared to the knife? I mean, how much could you be worth to Voss? Voss isn't going to give you that much, not as much as the knife is worth. So why would you even chance breaking it? Or scarring it or destroying it or whatever? Right, so I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Right? He attacks you with a knife. Right? And I'm like, what? So he attacks you with a knife. And get this. How do you fight him with a knife? A QTE battle. You don't pull out your gun and blow him away. You don't just go, oh yeah? Pull out your handgun and shoot him in the face. Suddenly you have a hand-to-hand fight with him with the knife. And it's a QTE battle. Right? And I can tell you the whole QTE battle, by the way. Left mouse button, right mouse button, left mouse button, space bar. That's it. You kill the guy. That's it. You stab him with the knife. Who knows what happens to the knife? Nothing. I don't know. You take it and that's it. You don't ever get to use it or anything like that. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, okay, I guess the incredibly multi-million-dollar knife is just, I guess you hold it in your pocket. I couldn't believe it, man. Why would he suddenly attack? Why would he go through all that, then suddenly attack you with the friggin' knife? And then, like, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, he had to go through all that stupid crap to get the knife so he could attack you with it. This incredibly, stunningly valuable knife that he's willing to risk destroying. And why didn't he just come walking down the stairs of the basement with a gun in his hand and go, well, he could go, but you're not going anywhere. Here's some handguns. Throw some handguns at you. Put them on. Like that, you know? I mean, why would you risk ruining the knife? 11, 12. I was just stunned at how goddamn stupid it was. I couldn't believe it. I was just stunned. I couldn't believe my ears. Not to mention the idiocy of the kid coming to the place just going, oh, he's down the basement? Oh, okay, I believe you. Sure. After he's murdered like 15 billion people. Me playing him killed like 500 people. I mean, honest to God, if it was me, I'd be like, I'd honestly be like, he should have so much goddamn PTSD in him. He must be like, my friend is dead. He died for the cause. He died for the cause. Too bad for him. He died for the island. You know, my friend is dead. Too bad I'll never see him again. Another cruel, harsh reality of island life. You know, like, I was like, oh man. That's and so it was just like 5 missions of busy work to get you to have a QTE battle with a guy with a knife at the end. I was like, God damn it, really? I was like, you made me run around for that crap for that? Oh man, I was pissed. That was the beginning of it. That's when it first started getting to me. That's when I was like, what? You know, I was like, it was just the stupidest. I just couldn't believe how goddamn stupid this kid's like process was. How could he be killing all these people, being a ridiculous murderer? Like, it's just an insane murdering machine. And then be so naive and idiotic as to just totally blindly believe this guy. And not take any kind of... And since he had the knife, and the guy called him up and said, meet me at the so-and-so bar and bring the knife with you, he could have taken any number of precautions. Like, you know, he could have had at least, you know, an extra half hour to just 10, 15 minutes to grab a friend and be like, hey, come here. Hold on to this knife on me. You know, stay outside, hang around outside with a knife. When I stick my head out and whistle to you, you know, I'll give you a password. If I tell you this one password, bring the knife in. If I tell you this other password, take off. Something's wrong. Run away. Hide. That's it. That's all it would have taken, you know. Or, you know, just have a gun with you, and, you know, if something's going on, and, you know, you could always, you know, put the gun to the knife and be like, I'm going to start shooting the knife and screw up the knife, and, you know, I should let my friends go. Anything. Any kind, anything. You know, anything. Except the kid was such... I mean, how could you be that, literally, how could you be that goddamn stupid? You would have to be... I was trying to think of... in my head, I was thinking, how old would I have been to have been that naive to believe this guy and to not take some kind of precaution? I was just like, wait a minute, how old would I have been? Yeah. How old would I have been? Think about it. If that happened, just think for a minute. How old would you have been if you would have just believed the guy and did what he said? I was thinking, I was thinking maybe I would have been like 13. Maybe. I was a stupid kid, all right? I was thinking, well, you know what? If I was like 13, maybe I would have maybe done it and been scared or something. By the time I was like 14, I would never have. I would have taken any kind of basic precaution. You know, far beyond what this kid did. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh man. And I was just like, why 5 missions for this? Why 5? It was 5 MacGuffin missions. You know, you ever hear a MacGuffin? That's what they call a thing. The knick-knack, the knack-a-knack, the thick-thack, the whatever, the blah-blah-blah. The basically the item you have to go get. Right? That's what a MacGuffin is. That's what they call in the story, the item you're supposed to go get. It's a generic term for the blah-blah-blah, the X thing, XY thing you have to go get in order to fulfill the story. Except the guy made you do it 5 times. 5 times you had to go do the stupid thing. I was like, at the very least, it was just the 5. You just had to keep on getting the thing over and over again. I was like, why didn't you make it like interesting? Why couldn't you have like done something like turned it around and made it like you get the knife. The next mission is he betrays you and runs off with your friend, and then you have to chase. You have a chase, so you have to go chase him, and then I mean, right off the top of my head, I could think of just some different things. You have to. He's holed up in a base, whereas him and a bunch of guys are, and they're hiding there, and you have to break into the base. And, you know, you have to rescue your friend, you have to break him out. That's 5 missions, and they're different, you know, they're like a different setup of missions, you know. That's it, that's all I would have taken. That's 12. I mean, that's it. Yeah, I mean, what did that take me? 5 minutes to think of that? Tops? I mean, you couldn't have been, you were that cheaply creative that you couldn't have done that? You couldn't even, you know. I was like, man, that's like creative bankruptcy, man. That's really like creatively bankrupt, man. Where you're just like, do the same mission 5 times. Or get the thing. 5 times. You know, but whatever. I got through it. Whatever, I did it. By the way, I did finish the game. I did finish the game, by the way, and I had a ton of fun playing it. So, but I was just like, again, I just, you know what I came to the conclusion of, that. Oh wow, my time is real high. Okay, it's past an hour already. But honestly, I came to the conclusion that I want a good excuse to shoot stuff. I just want a better excuse to shoot stuff. That's it. That's it. You know, I was like, you know, honestly, it's an excuse. It's an excuse to just blow stuff away. Really. It just really is. And the thing is, I was just thinking, well, you know, in the end, is that all it is? It's just, you know, I was like, is that all it is? Is that all I am? And I was like, yes, that's it. I couldn't think very much about it, and I was tired, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I just want like sort of cooler excuses to shoot stuff. That's it. You know, I was like, why couldn't they give me a cooler excuse other than get part A, get part B, get part C, get part D? You know, that was it. And I was like, damn. You know, that's it. I mean, really, give me a better excuse to shoot stuff, that's all. Anyway, we're partially done here. I got the thing going up here. Now it's time to fully do the fields. Let me get to the end here. And next mission will be the house and the fields. And you know what? Maybe I will fill in... Yeah, do I have enough? Yeah, okay, yes I do. Let me fill this in first and fill this in. Maybe... No, okay. Fill this in like that. There we go. Yep, we'll go like that. Okay, there we go. Looks nice and looks pretty. Okay, let's take a look at this. Now the house is going to go up next. I'm absolutely going to go straight for the house. I'm going to start straight doing it. I just wanted to set it all up here. I might, you know what I will do? In my off time, I'm going to get enough dirt to fill this up over to that birch tree. Fill up over to here. Actually, let me do some of this right now. Sorry, this file is going to go on a little extra long. Yeah, okay, there we go. But, there we go. Okay, I want to, yep, do this. And this will be my, and I'll get enough stone. Maybe I'll do that off camera. Maybe I shouldn't have wasted my time doing that. Well, whatever. You have to talk. But I'll put the stone underneath the under level of stone along the bottom here, and I'll just show it to you. But, and I'll get some more dirt to fill that up. Do I have any at all? Is that the very last of it? Oh no, I got another one right here. Screw it. Yeah, okay. We'll go on a tiny bit longer than normal. Oh wow, it's okay. It's way long. Whatever. Don't care. And, yep, that's it. And I'll just do this last line. And it's perfect. It's nighttime and I'm going to sleep. There we go. And that'll be it. So, and this will be the area for my fields where I'm going to put some plants and stuff and things like that here. Or a pen or whatever for cows or something. I don't know, whatever. But in the meantime, okay, I'm Bunnysays. Please consider my sponsor, going to my sponsor. And I'll leave a link in the description. No, I won't. But please check it out and remember that book. And I'm Bunnysays. Goodbye for now. And thank you for joining me.